Hi crafters, Amy here, and I have a single layer note card to share with you, and there's no stamping involved whatsoever. So here I'm showing you the dot band stencil from Colorful Life Designs. This is part of the April 2022 release. It's a nice 6x6 stencil with a unique geometric design, and you can see I have it kind of just kicked off to the left, and I'm working directly on a card base. This is A2 size 110-pound cardstock. And here's a picture of the card that I'm going to make for you today. It's very clean and simple, some bright, gorgeous colors, but not a whole lot to the design, so anybody could make it. Now you can see here I'm using my blending brushes, and I'm just kind of going to town with this rainbow color. I'm going red right down the center, and then I'm going to go out with yellow on the top and bottom of the red and kind of create a rainbow on both sides of the red. Now I do have a coupon code if you want to shop for some stencils. It's AmyFan10, and that will save you 10% on your complete order if you shop. So be sure to apply that at checkout if you do shop. Now you can see here I don't even have any ink pads out, and the reason being is because I don't really clean my blending brushes in between. I just kind of leave it on there knowing that I'll come back for a lighter, more pastel look at some point and use up that ink. So it's exactly what I'm doing here, is just using some residual ink. It's likely Catherine Pooler colors, maybe some distress inks, but lately I've been using just my Catherine Pooler inks for the most part. So you can see I'm just going to do a reveal here, and I have some post-it tape there masking off the other edge of the card. But you can see you can turn this horizontal or vertical orientation. At this point I think I'm debating on what I want to do. And then I realized, oh, this new closer stencil from the same release would fit perfect in this space. So I decided to go horizontal orientation. And then again, I'm just going to use that post-it tape just to kind of mask off the areas where I don't want ink to get onto my card base. And I'm making sure this is lined up very, evenly, because if it's, crooked or off balance, it's really going to show in a very clean and simple design like this. So now I have the blue blending brush. This is kind of like a navy-ish blue that's left over on it. It's probably juniper color. And I'm just coming in pretty heavily handed and then just creating my sentiment with another stencil. So there's no stamping whatsoever. This is single layer. It's going to be super easy to ship, easy to batch if you're involved in any donations or card drives or anything like that. So now I have the main portion of it down, but I do want to add a little bit more detail. So I have one of these friction pens. This is like a marker. I debated on what I could use to put a gray shadow down around these dots, and I wasn't really sure off the top of my head, because I knew if I used a Copic then it would kind of bleed through onto the inside of the card base, and I didn't want that. So these friction pens ended up working. The way they work is if you apply heat and friction, then it actually erases the mark, which you'll see I do try and take advantage of in the top left when I messed up a little bit, but I think I just ended up blending right here some of the blue ink on the design, so that wasn't ideal, but normally they work quite well. But you can see I'm just coming on the right side of all of the dots and creating kind of like a drop shadow. And then here I have a Sakura gel pen. It's kind of a thicker one. It's either a 8 or a 10. And then I'm just kind of doing a little highlight on the opposite side. So it's as if it's nice and round, and it gives it kind of the illusion of really being kind of 3D on the paper, but again, just single layer and flat. And very easy to recreate. So I'm just quickly working through here. Obviously I have it sped up. I'm not quite that fast, but that finishes the card. Super simple, right? So I'm excited to play with the stencil some more and see what else I can come up with. So be sure to check out the rest of the April 2020 release. There are loads of awesome stencils, so you don't want to miss it. I'll link the products that I used below the video in the description box, so just expand and scroll down. And please don't forget to hit the thumbs up if you like the video, because that really does help me out, and it encourages YouTube to share my video with other people. So thanks so much for watching. I'll catch you next time. Bye.